Hey, welcome back everyone. It's Reed here at Life in Frame, and we're going to be doing some more Grubhub today. I started at 11 o'clock. It's about 11:15 right now, and I already have 2 orders in for the area I'm in at the moment, and both of them are a little higher paying than what I would have got if I was doing DoorDash. They were both like $12 and some change, where I think normally DoorDash would have probably paid $7 or $8. So already pleasantly pleased with how the day is going. I'm scheduled 11 to 3, so we're just kind of shooting for the lunch hour today, and going to compare again to DoorDash. Now, last time was kind of the first time I had done Grubhub here on camera, and I was pleasantly surprised by the offers. I don't think I had as many offers, and we did have one problem, but the good thing was that the problem was taken care of with support's help, instead of support kind of giving you the runaround or not being as helpful like sometimes happens with Grubhub, with DoorDash, I've noticed. So right now we are running over to a brewery. It was a $12 and some change order for this brewery for lunch. So we're going to go pick up some lunch for someone. And then we have one, too, from a sushi place right nearby. So hopefully this is a busy lunch hour. But I did schedule a block. I didn't just turn on the application today. And I think that does make a difference. I had tried off camera doing some Grubhub not scheduled, and noticed it was slower than like when I had actually scheduled myself. So maybe they give preference to people who schedule themselves. Not sure. But I am in a different area today than we did the Grubhub last time. But this is also fairly busy, and I'm hoping it will keep us busy through the lunch hour. But it's a little bit south of where I normally would be shooting for lunch. So we will see how this goes. Anyway, I'm going to go pick up, and we'll continue with this. Well, that took probably a good 10 minutes to get. They're a little slower. Those kind of went to the back and disappeared for like 10-15. But it's 11:31-ish right now, and we're headed over. And I actually needed this big-ass Grubhub bag for this order, because it was like 4 or 5 different boxes and 2 different bags. So one big perk for Grubhub already is just the ability to put everything into a heat bag, which I think is better than the DoorDash one, personally. It's just more cumbersome, so I do still take my DoorDash bag sometimes when I'm doing Grubhub, just for the fact that the DoorDash bag is a little bit more convenient.
Turn left onto South 21st.
But the Grubhub bag fits a lot more, so sometimes I'll use my Grubhub bag for DoorDash orders too, and vice versa. You just gotta let them know, yes, I'm here for DoorDash, even though I have a Grubhub bag. It still works out though. All right, we are going 1.4 miles. Not bad at all. The worst part of this order was just the weight on it. And looking at the map, I can tell we are going to the sushi place. So I'm going to go ahead and end the navigation, save some battery life. And we will go pick up and continue with our drops. But between these 2 drops, that will be, what, 24 bucks? That'd be good if we can get this done in an hour's time. But so far, so good. Okay, we're back in the car. We picked up our order. We had to use our DoorDash bag on this one. Took probably another 10 minutes to get that order. And we're back in around 11:44, 11:45. And got our navigation up to go ahead and drop these off now. So, but I think we're still tracking pretty good for, the amount of time that we've been here for. Oh, we got a default set for... I don't know why it does this. I noticed that on Grubhub, when it sends you over to navigation on Google, sometimes the default is walk. I'm like, that's annoying. So if you don't see that and you accidentally hit, directions, you're going to end up with walking directions, which is super annoying. But that's happened a couple times. Yesterday too, downtown, when I was doing some deliveries, I had that same thing happen. Generally, I like staying away from downtown, but we're heading down there now. We'll see what we get. I'm probably not going to stop my orders and stuff from Grubhub. Just curious, like, what restaurants Grubhub services down here too. Last night, or the other day, I ended up picking up an order, I think from a Mexican place, and dropping it off at an actual bar. And the bar was downstairs in this building, and I just kind of happened along the right spot. You know, they had an address, but when you go inside the building and you're in the basement, the addresses aren't like posted on the different businesses' doors. So there was 2 different bars, and I just went to one of them, and the lady that I was supposed to deliver to just happened to be the bartender, so I lucked out. But that was like super confusing. But it also showed me a couple new bars I didn't know existed. I would have never known they were there because, like I said, they're in the building of this downtown, the basement of this downtown building. Well, we got that dropped off, and now we're headed to the second spot. Wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be coming down here because I had 10-minute visitor parking, which is nice at this office building I was at. The guy was working on the elevators and like was asking me questions when I was in the elevator with him about like how the phones work there. I'm like, dude, I'm just dropping food off. You might want to ask somebody who works here. I know I look like a man of authority with my Halloween shirt on and, you know, hat. I don't know why he thought I was the guy to talk to. But anyway, that was pretty quick. The most confusing thing was just seeing what order was hers, but it was the Colorado one, which I thought it was, the Allison thing. And that's what kind of confused me earlier when I was trying to figure out, like, why was it telling me to go back to the sushi spot? Because I had already picked up Allison at the bar, you know. Anyway, hopefully I didn't screw up and leave her sushi or something at the sushi spot, but I picked up for the other order. You know, I was only told it was 2 orders, and I grabbed 2 orders, so we should be in good shape. But yes, a little confusing. All right, looks like we're going I-25 north. I'm gonna have to let this guy around me as they're all being difficult today. We're headed north in the city here to drop off the second order. Right now it's 12:10. So I mean, this is about an hour's worth of work, I think. As what I got it around 11:20, and we're going to be at 12:20 here soon. So, but that's not bad. I mean, $24 for the first hour. It's not anything to complain about for a delivery app. All right, I am going to put you on pause, and I will be back shortly after we get the second order dropped off. And let's see, we're going to be a different part of the city, kind of where I was last time. Let's see if the orders continue to be good, and if we are steadily busy, or if we have dead times. Hoping no dead times today. We did have some dead times on the last go around for Grubhub, and we had that problem too. So far, no problems, but I haven't got any other like orders while I'm in the middle of an order. Or delivering here, so, but we are going through a busy part of town, so it's possible we might scoop one up on the way over. Okay, we dropped off that order, and I had several offers come in between my last cut and coming back to you here. One was for $9 for 7 miles. I was iffy on that, so I just said no. 7 miles is a long way to go, and it would take me probably a completely different part of the city. So I was like, I'll see if we can do better. Well, then I got another offer for $9 for 13.1 miles. I was like, no. And it was like for a sushi plot that's not even around here, so I'd have to drive back to, you know, the other side of town to get the order and then go. That's even worse. And then the third offer I got was like $3.50 for 5 or 6 miles for McDonald's. I'm like, no, my minimum's 4, and that's also more miles than dollars. And the nice thing is, on each of those rejects, it asked me like, hey, why didn't you accept the offer? So I was able to put offer too low for distance. So I did that on 2 of them. The first time I didn't see that option, so I just put offer too low. So we'll see what happens. I haven't got another order yet, but those 3 were kind of like rapid fire. Well, the first one was had a little space between the second and third, but second and third came in right away after I was finishing up delivering that other order. I need the orders not to look like DoorDash or Uber Eat orders. You know, they had been doing so good up until these last 3 offers. So a little disappointed, honestly, by those 3 offers, especially the last 2. You know, I probably should have just accepted the first one, but the last 2 were really bad, super upside down. And one of them at like $3.50 or whatever. It's like, it's not worth my time to even do that, to go there. If you have any kind of hiccups, you're just gonna, your opportunity cost is too high, you know. $3.50 is like, you need to drive up to the order and they throw it through your window, and then you take off immediately and you're there within a half a mile and dropping it off. And it's just not worth it at that price. So we're heading back over to the busy zone. Let's see if we have better luck with some of these offers, man. Need some more cowbell. More cowbell, please. I do kind of like the offer sound. One of the other gripes I have is, you know, I'm in the middle of my directions, getting close to my final destination. That's when I get that second order offer, you know, right in the middle of my navigation. So I got to start screwing around with my phone and all this stuff right in the middle of driving to my destination. And I have a turn coming up, and now I can't see because I have to look at this offer before it disappears. It's really not a very good system for Grubhub. They need to do something to make it like where you can just talk to an AI and say, like, here, she can say, hey, here's the offer. It's $9 for 13 miles for picking up sushi at this place. Do you want to do that? And then you can just say back to it, like, you know, no. And then that way you still have your navigation up. You're not distracted while driving, fucking around with your phone. Excuse my language. But, you know, hopefully they'll do that. I know a lot of innovations come up just recently for AI where it's like I have ChatGPT subscription right now where I can talk to ChatGPT, and it's cool. Like, it works really well. The voice commands are great. I've used it for like some different work project stuff, which has been kind of cool. So I don't know if I'll keep it, but I just wanted to try out, like, how good is this voice stuff for ChatGPT 4.0. It's good. You know, some of the things you can't really do that you can do like on a PC. If you wanted to like have it create a picture or something, it's not going to show you a picture, you know, after talking to it about what you wanted to create on the app, the mobile app. So you have to kind of do that on PC or like go to the web browser version or whatever to do some of those things. But if you just have like general questions or you're doing a research project or something, it's pretty up to date. I mean, I think it was updated last year sometime. So if you're doing like super current events, it may not have all the answers for you there. But otherwise, it's pretty good. All right, we got our next offer. It is Panda Express, $5.90 for 2 miles. I went ahead and accepted, and we're headed over there now. Okay, we dropped that off. It was pretty quick and easy. We did get more cowbells on the way over, which means another offer. And I just had a brief second to glance at it because, again, I'm driving, trying to drop this order off. But I think I accidentally accepted like a $7 for 8 mile thing. So we will see. Let's go ahead and picking up from a Chipotle and then dropping off. Let's just go ahead and do it. But again, when you're given offers in the middle of driving, you're stressed out trying to figure out like where to turn next. You're not paying attention to the offer when you're driving. At the delivery location yet? No, I'm not. I'm trying to navigate that. There we go. Okay, let's see how many miles it is. Yeah, it's 7 miles just to get to the Chipotle. Just to get there. So if it's 8 miles, that means that the place is within a mile.
Plaza Drive toward Boardwalk Drive, then turn left to stay on Corporate Plaza Drive.
Okay. Anyway, so not great. I'm going to go ahead and do this order though. And all right, quiet. We don't need to keep hearing you. I'm going to go ahead and do this, and we'll see if we get another order. But I'll be back with you. I'm not going to record this whole thing. But again, it was like $7. That's about the same as the mileage. I think we're going to probably be upside down on this order, but I accepted it because we were driving. All right, we picked up the Chipotle order. It was an additional 1.4 miles, so it ended up being like an 8.4 mile trip from our drop-off location. So yeah, I mean, this is a little upside down, but we are going to do it, and we're in a pretty busy area of town, a little farther north than where we were, so we've kind of gone from the south side of the city now to the north side of the city, which isn't great. Kind of, you know, I got to drive all the way back to where I live, which is closer to the south side. So, but we'll see. We still have 2 more hours approximately of orders to take. So I'm hoping this will be a good investment coming out all the way to this side of town. And then we'll get some more orders here as we drop this one off. I'm actually kind of surprised we haven't got one yet. But yeah, so far, first hour we started off pretty strong. The second hour, not as hot for sure. But I think our average will still be okay. I have scheduled myself more prominently for taking Grubhub orders this next week. So I will most likely be able to do more Grubhub content. And I want to talk to you guys about that here a little bit too. But first, I need to drop off this order. We're almost there. So I got that order dropped off. It looks like we also just got a order. So let's see what that is. I don't know if you can see here with me. We have an order $2 for 2.9 miles. I'm going to go ahead and reject that. And we're going to go ahead and choose offer too low for distance. Okay, we will try. Like I said, orders under $4 just aren't worth it for me. All right, I'm headed back to my side of town. I did get another offer. I also turned that one down as it was an $8 7-Eleven order for 8.4 miles. And I'm on the freeway right now. I just assume pass on that and get back down to the area that I like a little bit better, a little closer to where I live too. So we're going to do that and see how we do. I'll just say, though, I've definitely rejected a lot more offers today than I did when I first started Grubhub. First hour was excellent, though. It's just that I probably had 5 or 6 offers I've rejected since then. Even though acceptance rate really isn't a thing, I don't believe, like it is with DoorDash, or at least they don't make it a point to tell you about it if it is. So anyway, we'll see how this goes, but there is definitely some dead time now. You know, I'm able to drive back to my territory, and that's probably going to be a 10-15 minute drive to get back over there. If a good offer comes in, though, you know, now I have a little bit more attention where I can look at it and determine if it's a good deal or not. Unlike the one that I, you know, got trying to drop off, you know, gave it to me right as I was dropping off, so I had to like get the offer off my screen so I could look at the instructions. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but you know, it is distracting for sure, and like gives you the stress of like, hey, you know, I'm trying to figure out where I need to go, and you're throwing this in my face right now. Not good timing. You know. So anyway, minor gripes, but I'm kind of feeling like maybe the honeymoon phase is over. You know, there's a honeymoon phase, just like with any app. Like I said, my first DoorDash was like a $35 pickup and drop for a Safeway order. You know, and I don't think I've ever got a order that was that good. Last night, you know, since then. Last night I did have some shop and delivers, but it was for 2 people. It was 29 items. You know, it took me an hour, but it was also like $29. So not terrible, right? So I knew like, hey, if this takes me an hour, that's $29 an hour. That's great, you know. I'm thinking like Grubhub is a great primary app, but you need to use a filler. You need to use a Uber as a second or a DoorDash as a secondary. Like I said, I'm in gold status right now, still on DoorDash. I'm getting closer. I think I'm getting close to 90 deliveries. But the thing is, with the rolling way that it does it now, every day that you didn't dash in the month before, it subtracts that from your rolling average. You know, so if you wait a day or two, you're back down, you know, 5 or 6 deliveries at least when you go back out for your next round. So it's going to take me a while to get back to platinum, even though you would think like, oh, 10's not that hard to do unless you're going to do 10 in a day. You know, it is sort of, and then the next day you're not going to be at 100. You're going to be at 95 or 90 or whatever because of the month before when you didn't really dash. So, but gold status has still been pretty good on DoorDash, I'll say. Like the offers are still good. Better than like I think what silver would be. So, but it's just that you have to schedule yourself, and this market, the schedules are like, you know, they are saturated. As soon as they're available, people scoop them up. Unless you want to go DoorDash at, you know, midnight to 3 o'clock in the morning, and I don't. You know, this is not going to be enough business. All right, here we go. Another Grubhub order. Let's see what we got. Okay, view. This one is 6.8 miles, Wendy's, for $8.22. It's not upside down, so I'm going to go ahead and take it, as I'd rather be working than not working. We picked up the Wendy's order, and we are dropping it off. Such a nice day, I decided to open the windows instead of just having the AC on. You know, it's like 61, 62 degrees. Feels a little bit warmer than that, honestly, but very pleasant, and I'm definitely enjoying the change of scenery over the city I was in before. So anyway, I was coming back to tell you, like, I'm going to see how these next two videos do. I was actually pretty happy with how my episode 8 was received. Didn't get a lot of traction to begin with, but kind of picked up traction later on. I do have another YouTube channel, and some of you guys who've been here, like Don and Tessa and stuff, probably already know about it because you watch all my episodes. But I'm not going to talk about it directly too much, as I feel like if I do talk about it too much, there's a chance this video will get deprioritized in the algorithm. I don't want that to happen. But I do have another channel. In the content for that other channel, I've actually had a couple awards I've won. I won one in October, one in September for this particular thing that I'm doing over there, and have some momentum just because I'm starting to build traction within that community. So I'm real tempted to put a lot more of my focus and time into working on that channel instead of doing this, as I don't make money on either one of these things. I don't make money doing these videos for you here. I'm not a partner with YouTube, so anything that's made is just YouTube making money for itself. And that's also the same for the other channel. But I enjoy that content a little bit more, got to be honest. I mean, this is just a job. That is something that I really enjoy doing. So I'm debating, depending on how these last two episodes go, I may not make more episodes. It might be just 10 and done. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to do other content on this channel. I'll probably do some more fun stuff or something like that. But we'll see how it goes. If episode 10 is about the same as 8, I would be happy to continue making more. Order dropped off. Almost forgot to bring the drink to the door, but I grabbed it and brought it up before leaving. And we're kind of back in the area we started at earlier today. But maybe we'll go show you some nice places here in my city that are near here that you would like to enjoy visually, as this could be my last episode. Yeah, we're going to go check out some of the nice scenery out in this area. Something pretty. Maybe we'll see some more deer like we did last episode. We get those deer in the park over there quite often. It seems like every time in the day when I drive by, that park has always got deer in it. And some of the other parks around here too also always seem to have deer whenever I go by. So kind of interesting, because that's not how things were in the city I was in before. You just didn't see very much wildlife. I mean, maybe a bird or something, but it'd be like, you know, a pigeon. You don't see, like, you know, squirrels and deer and rabbits and all that stuff everywhere you go. And sometimes where I'm going to right now, you'll see bighorn rams. I've even heard people seeing elk out here and stuff like that. So this will be interesting to kind of see what we got out this way. We'll be between two of the more busy zones. And from what I'm seeing here on Grubhub, they don't mind pulling you from farther away, because all these orders have had more mileage on them on average than what you're getting through DoorDash. So, you know, even though they pay maybe slightly higher on the order, you're driving more miles, and it's just kind of, it evens out. So I wouldn't really say, I mean, those first two orders were better than what I would have got through DoorDash, but overall for the rest of this, I wouldn't say that it's any better than DoorDash per se. You know, there are some things I prefer and some things that aren't as great. So it's sort of a mixed bag. Is it worth getting on the wait list if you have a wait list in your market to do Grubhub? I think so. I think Grubhub's worth doing. I like it more than Uber Eats. I like it more than Spark for sure. Spark was just kind of a nightmare. All right, guys. let's go check out this place that I took you to. All right, so where did I take you? This is the Garden of the Gods, and pretty neat attraction. Part of the city's park. I don't think it's actually a national park, but a lot of people come here every year. And sorry I'm so close there. Good place to come out and take a walk too. And with how nice it is today, I thought, why not come out? Let's get a little exercise in while we're out and around. Pretty, huh? I'm gonna head over to the main attraction where all the big rocks and everything are, and I'll show you some of those. Here's some of the neat rock formations we got out here. And if you zoom in, there's a lot of caves and stuff too in the side. I don't know if you can see that. Pretty cool though, huh? Like all the way down at the base. Give you a little bit more of like an idea of how big it is. All right, in the interest of being fair, I'm gonna turn off accepting orders since I'm so far out in the park now. So we'll go and do a wrap up. So to wrap it up, we were at $46.02. We worked about 3 hours, so that would be at $15.34 if you average it out by hour. But we did drop off last hour just because we decided to take a walk instead, and it was going to be slow. So yeah, pretty average, I would say. Maybe a little below average. If we had just stopped at the first hour, we would have been way above, though. So it just kind of fell off as time went on. I did have a 50% acceptance rate, though. So, I mean, there's that. But anyway, beautiful day. Might as well enjoy it. Thanks for joining me here, and we'll see you soon. Bye.